Welcome to the Jujutsu Kaisen 229 spoilers. We're in for a real treat this week, so let's get straight into it. As always, Yuta's absolutely bugging as he's realising more and more that he's just not that guy. Gojo casually wipes away his nosebleed and we get into our fourth domain clash. It's clear as ever that both have become proficient in using RCT to recover their burnt out technique. After the last clash, Gojo's figured out the recipe for overcoming Malevolent Shrine, as with the conditions of shrinking the domain, Unlimited Void has around 3 minutes of uptime before the domain's barrier gets destroyed, meaning Gojo simply has to deal enough damage to destroy the shrine within that time, and boy is Gojo really taking it to Sukuna. He's absolutely dominating the hand-to-hand fight, tossing Sukuna around and dealing heavy blows. After the 3-minute period of hand-to-hand combat, the Shrine and Unlimited Void go down at the same time, and it's just extremely impressive how Gojo is constantly dominating Sukuna within these domains, as Sukuna is left with half his face destroyed this time, followed up with Gojo sending Sukuna flying into a building with a swift punch, and Yuji proclaiming that we can win. Well, what happens next? A 5th domain expansion battle, of course, and we're really seeing why we were told in season 1 that domains are the peak of battle in Jujutsu sorcery. However, in the time it took to heal their burnt out curse technique, Sukuna also healed himself, leading to Gojo's activation of the domain being 0.1 seconds faster. An extremely small but apparently significant amount of time given the state of battle, and after Gojo lands a nasty blow to the chest, Sukuna has finally been hit by Unlimited Void. Gojo proclaims, "Not yet. At the very least I'm going to crush his heart, also his lungs and liver. I'll bring him closer to death than Yuji at the juvenile detention center." He's truly and rightfully pissed, and it just goes to show the care that he has for his students. But then presumably Sukuna chants, "With this treasure, I summon 8-handled sword divergent sealer divine general Maharaga," and none other than Maharaga stands before Gojo. We can see the panic in Gojo's eyes as he attempts to trap Maharaga within Unlimited Void, but at some point he'd already adapted to the domain as Maharaga destroys the domain from the inside. Now I've got some thoughts and feelings after reading this chapter, well, at least the spoilers. First of all, unfortunately there's a break next week, and that's always a tough pill to swallow. It seems Gege's following the kind of routine where he's releasing 2 chapters and then taking a break, but you know what, we've been getting unbelievable chapters week after week. It's just been unbelievably hype and exciting, and if this is what it takes to get that kind of quality, I'm not too mad. You know, secondly, now that Sukuna's pulled up Maharaga and it's seemingly gonna be a deciding factor within the fight, I think we can convincingly give Gojo that win. You know, that title of the strongest sorcerer. You know, whatever happens towards the end of this fight, we can happily say that Gojo versus Heianera Sukuna, Gojo probably takes it, assuming there's no bullshit around, you know, Sukuna being somehow weaker than his previous form, this, that and the other. It's going to be interesting to see whether Sukuna will stay stunned. You know, we saw the Curse Spirits in Shibuya after the 0.2 second domain. They were stunned long enough for Gojo to kill off all the transfigured humans, so you know, Sukuna was in that domain for a brief period, so maybe we could just see a Gojo Maharaga 1v1, which, given the state of the battle, I know a 15-finger Sukuna dealt with Maharaga pretty handily, but it's looking pretty tough for Gojo. Could this be time for Kashima to step in? We did see there was a little bit of the chapter where, you know, Kashima was still with the group. He didn't have any lines this chapter or anything, but he's still there. He's not set off or anything, but you know, maybe it's time. Let's make this a 2v2. You know, let's balance this out, because right now, if we get Sukuna and Maharaga jumping Gojo, it is looking rough. And unless Gojo has something else up his sleeve, this could be rough for him. And finally, I'd just like to give a shout out to some of my favorite Jujutsu Kaisen content creators, you know, the Fake Weeb, No Operator, and you know, many more that have inspired me to come out and make this video myself. So you know, thank you very much. I absolutely love all your content. I've been watching for a long time now, and it's heavily contributed to my love for Jujutsu Kaisen. And with that being said, that's the end of this video, so hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.